If you're scrambling to fix green water, a murky pool, a noisy pump, or bad water chemistry, please don't panic. Most pool emergencies don't appear overnight, but they usually have a simple solution that can be fixed within a day. Hi, I'm Matt from Swim University, and here are some fast fixes that can save your pool day. Emergency number 1. Cloudy pool water. Cloudy water is usually caused by one of these issues, either poor filtration, chemical imbalance, or tiny particles that are just suspended in your water. And there are some quick fixes to clear it up, especially if you want to use your pool really soon. But you'll also need to address the root cause or it'll keep coming back. Now, test and balance your water chemistry. You want to make sure your pH is between 7.4 and 7.6, and your alkalinity is between 80 and 120 parts per million. Improper levels can cause cloudiness no matter what else you do. Add a water clarifier. Now this clumps up those tiny little particles together so that your filter can actually catch them. Then you can run your filter 24/7. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Run it continuously until the water clears. You should see a noticeable difference after about 24 hours. Then you can clean or backwash your filter. Your filter captured all of those clumped together particles, so clean it the day after. For sand and DE filters, backwash for at least 1 to 2 minutes or until the water runs clear, and you can recharge your DE filter with diatomaceous earth powder. For cartridge filters, remove the cartridge and hose them down. You'll be good to go. For extremely cloudy water, I would consider using a flocculant instead of a clarifier. The flocculant will sink all of the cloudy particles to the bottom of the pool in a few hours, where then you can just vacuum it right out of your pool. Flocculant is more powerful than a clarifier, but you need to be able to vacuum on a waste setting and you're going to lose a lot of water in the process. Now remember that clarifier and flocculant are band-aid solutions. To truly fix the problem, you need to address the underlying cause, which I mentioned before: poor filtration, excess debris, and improper water chemistry. Now you can check out our other video on cloudy water causes for more help, or the troubleshooting section in the Pool Care Handbook. Emergency number 2, green pool water. This is almost always an algae problem, and the longer that you wait, the worse it gets. But you can clear this up with some aggressive treatment. Now, whatever you do not use algicide. This is better as a preventative treatment for early stage algae growth. So if your water is already pretty green, it's too late for an algicide treatment. You want to triple shock your pool immediately. That means you need 3 pounds of chlorine shock per 10,000 gallons of pool water. You want to add the shock at dusk or at night for maximum effectiveness. And if you're not sure what type of chlorine shock is right for your pool, I recommend checking out our other video. Brush the entire pool aggressively. Get a good pool brush and scrub every single surface. That includes walls, floor, steps, ladders, crevices, anything. This helps the shock kill that algae that's clinging to those surfaces. You want to run your pump continuously for 24 hours and keep that water moving to distribute the shock throughout the pool. Check your filter during and after shocking. Your filter will start to capture the dead algae, so backwash sand and DE filters or rinse cartridge filters during the shock treatment or even before if they've been running with green water. Then clean them again after the water begins to clear. For faster results, you can add flocculant a day after shocking. Once the chlorine level has dropped to about 5 parts per million, you can add flocculant to sink all of that dead algae quickly and then vacuum it to waste. Your water should start changing from green to cloudy blue as the algae dies. And don't be alarmed by the cloudiness, that's just dead algae that your filter is going to remove over time. Okay, emergency number 3, pump problems. When your pump starts making strange noises or stops working entirely, it's usually because of air in the system, a clog, or a mechanical failure. You want to check for clogs in your skimmer and your pump baskets. Remove and clean both of the baskets because debris can restrict water flow and cause your pump to run dry and start to make noise. If the pump is making a high-pitched noise, turn it off immediately. This means that you've got failing bearings or an impeller issue. Continuing to run it could cause permanent damage. With the system off, you can then check your impeller for a clog. For a pump that won't prime or there's no water flowing, you want to make sure that the water level isn't too low in your pool. You can check that all of the valves are in the correct position. You want to look for cracks in the lid or a damaged O-ring that might be allowing air in. You can prime it manually, so turn the system off, fill the pump basket with water, and replace the lid, and then try starting it again. For bubbles coming in from your return jets, you want to check the pump lid O-ring for damage. You can inspect all connections on the suction side for air leaks and make sure that your pool level isn't too low in the pool. If these fixes don't solve your problem, then you might need to replace some parts or call a professional, but these steps will help diagnose most common pump emergencies. By the way, if troubleshooting your pool equipment sounds overwhelming or you're tired of calling a pool pro for really simple fixes, I recommend checking out the Pool Care Handbook. There's an entire troubleshooting section that walks you through how to solve the most common issues, from skimmer clogs to bad filter pressure to pump problems. And you can get your copy by using the links below or at swimu.com/book. Emergency number 4, bad water chemistry and skin and eye irritation. If skimmers are complaining about burning eyes, itchy skin, or you notice a strong chlorine smell, your water chemistry needs immediate attention. Your pH is likely off, but the other levels can be causing problems too. Test your water. Use test strips or a liquid test kit to check all levels, especially pH, alkalinity, and chlorine. Fix alkalinity and pH issues first. pH imbalances can cause eye and skin irritation. So balance your alkalinity first, since this will keep your pH in range. And then you can focus on pH. If your pH is low, like below 7.4, you want to add a pH increaser or what's called soda ash. If your pH is high, like above 7.6, you can add a pH decreaser or muriatic acid. Address combined chlorine issues. That strong chlorine smell actually means that you're smelling chloramines or combined chlorine, and that means that you need more active free chlorine in the water. Add shock to the water to break up those chloramines. If your free chlorine is already high or already in range, add a non-chlorine shock. And if your free chlorine is low, just add a chlorine shock. You should see results in an hour or two. Finally, remember that the right prevention is better than emergency treatment. After you've solved your pool's emergency, it's probably time to revisit your weekly pool care plan to prevent future problems. You want to test your water chemistry and balance your levels. You want to clean your skimmer basket and your pump basket. You want to brush the pool walls and skim out any debris. Then you want to check your filter pressure to see if it needs cleaning. And then shock your pool with a chlorine or non-chlorine shock each week. And if you need more help with regular pool maintenance, you can check out the Pool Care Handbook at swimu.com/book or by using any of the links below. That's it. Thanks again, and happy swimming.